Hey guys, this is the King. Thanks for watching, and today I really want to just talk about the game in general. Gems, just some tips, general tips to help you get from the start of the game all the way to Arena 9. I do have a main account. I've started a second account, and it's a big difference from having played the game and starting over versus have never played the game and starting from scratch and really not knowing really what the game is all about until you start to play. One thing I can tell you is when you start the game, it's a good idea, to watch some videos, maybe such as this. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that have a lot of great tips, strategies, gameplay, how the cards work. Learn a little bit about the game before you actually start playing, because that can go a long way. You can learn from clanmates. Make sure that you get into a clan. Have fun with it. The one thing about this game is it just seems like the card levels, you can get to a certain point, but at some point you are going to have to level up your cards. There's no way around it. That's part of the game, but that's what makes the game fun. Progressing in the game makes the game fun. So let's talk about gems, or let's actually talk about the 3 different ways to play this game. You have free-to-play players. You have players that will spend, a little bit of money here and there. And then you'll have some players that have deep wallets that will basically buy their way to Legendary Arena. I'm one of those ones that I'll spend a little bit here and there, but on the other account, the one that I've just started, I really try not to spend hardly anything on that one, because I really want to see how I can progress without spending a lot of money. The game is one of these games that you don't have to spend money to have fun, to play the game, and to learn the game, and interact with your clanmates. Being in a clan is extremely valuable. They can help you level your cards up. They can help you with friendly battles. Maybe you're stuck on a certain deck that you're seeing a lot of, that you cannot get past. It's good to do a friendly battle with a clanmate to try to understand what card you might need. Maybe you need to change a couple of cards. So that is very invaluable to be in a clan, and to interact with your clanmates is a lot of fun too. One other thing that I want to say is when you're starting the game off, you are going to probably worry about, well, I need gems, I need gold. You're going to get gold through winning battles. You're going to get gold out of chests. When you get to level 8, you can do challenges, grand challenges, so you can get gold out of those chests as well. There are a lot of other games that I have played that, trust me, Supercell, they're in the business of making money, but unlike some other developers, which I will not name, it's not all about money. They do want the free-to-play player to be able to play the game and have fun at the same time. It's not, there have been other games that I've played that if you didn't spend money, you weren't going to be able to really play the game. Not the way everyone else was, and not the way you need to be able to actually win something. So this is a game that's one-on-one. It would be kind of cool to see, clan versus clan, just like in Clash of Clans, but maybe that'd be something down the road. But let's talk about free-to-play player first. Free-to-play is exactly that. You spend 0 money on the game. You can still level up cards. You can still get cards from clanmates to level up. As far as the gold is concerned, again, you get it from winning. You get it out of free chests. You get it out of your crown chest. And I would suggest doing your crown chest every single day. Win or lose, make sure you get your crown chest done every single day. You will get silver chest, gold chest, and now the game has changed where you can get a legendary chest, epic chest, all from doing battles. And that is very, very cool that they've actually put that in the game, because In the beginning, we didn't have that. So it's a lot easier, and there's more for a free-to-play player now with the game and now with the updates than there was to begin with. As far as gems are concerned, you can still get gems. You'll get gems out of free chests. Sometimes you get gems out of any chest, crown chest. So, when you're first starting the game off, you will have certain challenges that you have to complete, where you will get gems. You'll get a gem, so many gems just for joining a clan, things of that nature. Now, as a free-to-play player, like I said in the beginning, learning placement of your cards, learning how the cards work, can go a long, long way for you to have fun, to understand the game. It is no fun to lose, but trust me, guys, you're going to get to a point where you push so many trophies and you get thrown against a wall, and then you're going to start losing, and you may lose 200 trophies. Don't get discouraged. It happens to everybody. It happens to the people that spend money. It happens to the best of the best. People do lose, and that's what this game is all about, is winning and losing. But really, learn from your mistakes is the one main thing that I can say is you've got to learn from the mistakes that you've made. Learn different ways of dealing with different cards. There are multiple ways of, taking down, certain cards. So make sure you practice those and learn those with your clan mates, maybe through watching videos, like I said before, and doing friendly battles. So let's talk about guys that are going to spend a little bit of money. Now, you can level things up a little bit quicker. You can get gold by buying the gold in the shop. They do have now in the shop, they'll have certain things now where it's, a legendary chest, an epic chest, certain things for each time you move into a different arena. You get something in the shop for that. Usually it's about anywhere from $5 to $10. Not a whole lot to have to spend on a game. I would suggest, if you're going to spend a little bit of money, but not a ton, I would suggest trying to buy those every single time they're available to you. One thing I did to help level my cards up a little bit was I would buy, like maybe $10 worth of gold and gems, and then I would use those gems to open up chests as I was winning battles. At some point, your chest slots will be full, and I kept them going so that I could go through the chest cycle a lot quicker. Free to play, you're going to have to allow your chest to open on their own, and sometimes I would do that. Maybe if you have a gold chest that's going to last for 8 hours, open it right before you go to bed. It'll be open in the morning, and now you have a chest slot that is empty, and you can keep going from there. So you will have to let some of these chests, maybe you're at work or at school, let those chests open on their own while you're waiting. There's no sense in opening them and spending gems if you're not going to play a battle immediately and try to win and try to get another chest in that particular slot. So let's talk a little bit about the decks of the game. There are many decks, and you'll learn that as you go on into the game. Giant Poison, Giant Balloon, Giant Skeleton, Skeleton Army, or Giant Skeleton Witch. You'll see a lot of these different types of decks, and a lot of people using certain type of decks because they work very well. So when you're starting out the game, you only have a certain number of cards, and you only have certain cards in your deck to be able to play with. Eventually you will have 8, but honestly I think when I started the game, I think I was actually short a card and only had 7. One thing this does help you with is playing with 7 cards and having that one card that's a surprise card for your opponent later on down the line, or at the end of a match, like Rocket, Lightning, Fireball, and cards like that. In every arena, there are certain decks that just do very well for that particular arena. You wouldn't use something that they're using in Legendary Arena in Arena 3. It's probably not going to work. And you're not going to have those cards anyway, so just ignore those cards and those decks for now. My son just recently started his own account, and he has already pushed in, I think, day 1, day 2. He's pushed just right over 1,000 trophies using this deck right here. Now, as you can see, he has some cards that you start the game out with, and with the new update, the skeleton army is extremely strong, so he has that in his deck. He was lucky enough to get his witch up to level 2, his archers to level 2, the musketeer to level 2. So with a little luck and help from your clanmates, it is very possible for you to level your cards up fairly quick, and also push up into new arenas, push some trophies, and do all of this right off the bat. We'll go ahead and watch one of his replays here so you can see how this deck kind of works. Again, this deck I know for sure can get you up to Arena 4 fairly quickly and fairly easily. The majority of his wins have been 3 crown wins, and that's actually pretty cool because you can go through your crown chest a whole lot quicker. It has taken me a lot longer to make this particular video just because I've been very busy with real life stuff. So just to kind of give an update, with this deck, he has actually pushed over 1,300 trophies. So this deck is extremely, extremely good. One thing I mentioned earlier in this video was placement of your troops. Also predictions of what your opponent may do, which you can see here. That was a little bit of a misprediction with the barbs trying to go against the goblin barrel, but it worked out for him. His barbs are pushing down the lane, going on offense now. He'll back those up with some archers and do a lot of damage to this left tower here. And once you find a deck that works for you, that you are comfortable with, stick with that deck, learn what you can and cannot do with it, learn what you can counter, learn what you can't counter. If your deck cannot counter a particular card, think to yourself, okay, what card do I need to change? How many times am I actually going to face that card? Do I really need to change anything at all? And you'll see here in this replay, his tower is taken first, but it's okay. He doesn't panic. He takes his opponent's left tower, and now watch what he does. He throws a prince down in the right-hand lane. That surprises his opponent. His opponent does not have enough elixir to counter it. He's going to take that tower with the prince alone, and now he is ahead 2 towers to 1, just that quick. He's going to continue to push and push and push. He could sit back and defend if he wanted to, now that he has the lead. His opponent's going to come in now with a goblin barrel. This time he drops the witch instead of the barbs. This is a perfect example of knowing what your opponent has now, and now you know what you need to do to defend against it with the cards that you have. It's just making adjustments in game. Here comes another goblin barrel. He didn't have his witch or his bars, but he threw his skeleton army down. And there's 30 seconds left. He's still trying to go after the king tower. He wants that 3 crown. Real simple. He threw the prince up, and there you have it. He gets the 3 crown win. Very, very, very strong deck for these lower arenas. I love this deck. One valuable tip I can give you is trying to keep up with your opponent's elixir usage, what they've laid down, the cards that they've laid down, and how much elixir each card costs them. When your opponent lays down a card that costs 5 elixir, like the giant for instance, it's a good idea to go ahead and push the other lane so that they cannot build up a big push against you. This forces your opponent to not be able to build the push that they want to, like giant and then laying their witch down behind it. If you were to rush the other lane with, like, say, your prince, then he would have to throw some cards down in that other lane to defend. For instance, he throws his giant in the left lane. You throw your prince in the right lane. He throws his witch in the right lane to defend your prince. He has used 10 elixir. Now your prince is over there. You can actually back up your prince with other troops or maybe fireball the witch. And this gives you a great push that you have created on your own. And his giant takes so long to get to your side, you are building up elixir to be able to defend it. Not only can you defend the giant now, but you forced your opponent to not be able to build the push that he or she was hoping for. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around. I know this was a long one. If you have watched this to the end, I will be making another video on more advanced tips and tricks, placements, and how to counter different cards in the meta and in the game. We have a new legendary card coming out, the Graveyard. And if I can get the Graveyard, maybe, just maybe, I can show you a few replays with it, how it works, what decks and cards is it best used with, and how to, most of all, defend it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something from it. I will have more tips and tricks in upcoming videos, and I hope that you like the deck that my son was using to push up to 1,300 trophies with cards that you get at the start of the game. So anyway, guys, again, please hit the like button, subscribe and share it, and most of all, be well.